It is almost that time. I say that it's probably about 5:57, somewhere in that neighborhood. And any minute now, students will be jumping on, learning more about the Omni Institute of Wellbeing and our two special UROP projects that we have scheduled for 2025-2026. This first Zoom call is about let me think about it. What is this one? Um, Behind the scenes of SoulClap. That's what it is. And Gemini is going to take the lead this time, and she was a research mentee last year. So I am excited to bear witness to this PowerPoint presentation and how the students receive this information from another student. So I'll sit back as a proud academic auntie, taking it all in and see what happens. Y'all stay tuned. I heard my phone go off. I think that might be her. Give me a moment. I saw y'all looking at all my green kids over there and my little mama. You see her right there? You see her? I don't quite remember how old she was in that picture, but she was little mama then. Now she's little mama at 30 years old. Still my baby. All right, so let's see here. 5:54. All right. Business is done. Message has been sent. No more dings, no more pings. So it really is showtime whenever somebody logs in. It's 5:56. We'll see how many people show up. I'm guessing, like if I had a sweet spot, I'm gonna say five. Love the number five. I was born at 5:55 p.m. Um, so yeah, let's say that we're gonna get five. If we get three, I'm still excited. Five, I'm over the moon. Anything over five, it's a great problem to have because this semester we are taking two mentees, and so far so good with the whole pairing thing. So this will be year four, and it seems as if the pairs work. Oh, here comes our first person.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How do you pronounce your name? Is it Caden?
Yes.
Fantastic. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
How's everything treating you? Are you in Tallahassee?
Yes, I am in Tallahassee. Yes.
Okay. How's everything treating you there?
It's been going pretty good. The first week's been going pretty smooth. Going well. Not too bad. Starting the second week off. So yeah.
And are you a freshman, transfer, second year? Where are you?
I'm a freshman.
All right. And majoring in?
International affairs.
Wonderful. One of our mentees turned interns is also specializing in international affairs. So hopefully you'll have a chance to see her if she pops on the line and see where y'all go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I'm quite interested in this, especially too since my what I want to specialize is Latin America and the Caribbean.
Okay.
That's why like this one of the aspects of this project, especially dealing with African diaspora, was quite fascinating to me because of the so that's sort of how that it plays such a major role in my interests in that region.
Good to hear. I want to hear all about that at the end. So
No, of course, understand. Yeah, I'll keep it all tight. Don't worry.
yes, yes. It's like, so keep all those great nuggets because the research mentee who was in your shoes last year will actually be my intern leading this discussion. So I want
Oh
her,
wow,
yes, so I want her to hear all these lovely gems. She's in class right now, and when she wraps up, she'll be hopping on. So
awesome.
if you want, you could leave your camera on or you can turn it off. It's totally up to you. And I have 5:59 on my phone, and I pretty much start on time and end on time, but I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes tonight.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All
Okay.
right.
So
All right.
I'll see you soon.
See you in a minute.
Hello, Addison.
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, how are you?
I am very grateful. What about yourself?
I'm good. I like your plants in the background.
Oh, thank you. They are my green babies. My
I love them.
Yes, they are absolutely everywhere in here.
Ooh.
My office alone has about 25.
Oh, that's cool. I don't have much of a green thumb, but I want to get more into it.
Well, permission to share a thought with you.
Yeah, of course.
You don't need a green thumb. That is an
Okay.
old way of thinking that has really been a barrier for people to start loving
Mhm.
up on plants. My TED Talk talks about a green heart. So if you
Oh,
grow with love,
okay.
you give the love, you get the love. And it's not about the science of a thumb. So it's just about loving.
That sounds really interesting. I'll have to watch it.
Yes, please do.
Thank you.
All right, so it is 6:02. Caden was the first one on the line, and I was explaining that I am pretty punctual. And today we're going to just give 5 minutes grace because it's a little bit late in the evening, and I don't want to disrespect your time. So if you don't mind, I mean, you can leave your camera on if you want to, but we'll start in 3 minutes. And hello, Jillian.
Hi,
Thank you for joining us.
I'm excited.
Oh, awesome. That's a good response. I like it.
Thank you. Well, I guess I'm feeling left out. Everybody has their camera on. So,
Eventually, I was going to ask for everybody to turn cameras on so that we can all be present and exchange some good energy. But as I was telling Addison that, and maybe you already heard it, but I am pretty punctual, but I'm giving 5 minutes grace tonight. And also the co-presenter who was a mentee, just like y'all want to be, is leading the discussion because she is the intern this year and she can give you another piece of intel that would be different than my perspective. So she's wrapping up class and is looking for a room as we speak. But 2 minutes, we'll get going. Y'all can leave cameras on or off, totally up to you.
So how was your guys' weekend?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Not too crazy, but kind of laid back.
So true. Mine too, yeah.
Yeah, mine
Let's go
was
to
pretty much the same.
Did you guys see the game?
Yes, I did. Well, I was working at the game, but I knew what happened.
Yeah. I kind of regret I missed it. I was like I didn't get the tickets on time, but I watched it a little bit when it was on, so that was cool.
I know campus was like very excited. I was walking around after the game. It was definitely, I think, turned out differently than everybody expected, which was a nice upside.
I agree. I saw people like when I was getting there, people were tailgating at like 9 a.m. I'm like, is it that serious? But I guess it was. Somebody brought like they literally like camped outside the university center. Somebody had like a flat screen TV outside. I'm like, how did you even get that out here? But they get very serious.
Yeah, when they were doing the parking requirements, I admittedly did not pay good enough attention, so I did pay the price on that one a little bit. It's kind of rough, but yeah, they definitely took that seriously. I remember walking out and just like, I think my phone, the signal like completely crashed out. Like I only had SOS because I think there was so many people within the area. I was like, wow.
Honestly, be glad you weren't there. That rain was something serious. Like, welcome back hurricane season.
Well, sorry to interrupt your wonderful conversation about the game, and also the Tallahassee rain, which I'm actually missing right now. So
Oh,
I don't know what the weather is like right there, but I'm outside of Chicago. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, and I actually miss the Tallahassee rains around this time.
oh, it's unbearable. The heat, at least.
Oh
Heat,
yeah,
it's unbearable.
I don't miss that. It's the rain that I miss. All right, so I have 606 and she'll be hopping on pretty soon. Now that everybody is here and they had a chance to kind of do the little icebreaker of how was your day, how was your weekend, I would like to introduce you to me and how I start all of my meetings. Perfect timing. This is Gemini. So Gemini, right on schedule. You must have felt it. You must have felt it because we're about to do breath work.
OMG, hey girl. How are you? How you doing? Girl, you on mute.
I just realized I'm behind you.
Oh my God, how are you, girl? I haven't seen you since
I-
spring.
I'm good, but I don't want to derail. So breath
Oh
work.
yeah, you're right, you're right. I'm
All
sorry.
right. So whenever we start meetings, we always start it with breath work. And the reason for that is because we are constantly on the go. Whether you are a freshman this year or a junior or even a grad student, we're always jumping right into business. And with the Omni Institute of Well-being, the focus is on your well-being, not just your intellectual well-being, but also your emotional and mental, psychological well-being. So I start with breath work so that we can ground ourselves. And if you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes. If not, I'm gonna have mine closed and we'll just pretend. So what we're going to do is breathe. Sounds very basic, but I would like for you to slow down and be present with your breath as you take a big breath in and slowly release into that exhale. As you continue to breathe in that pattern, allow yourself to let your spine sit up nice and tall, your shoulders go back, your chin lifts ever so slightly as you inhale and feel that breath rise up your spine into your chest, and then release it as you feel the weight of the world melt away. So we inhale the space of gratitude, sitting up tall, rising tall, and we exhale any worry, any doubt, any fear, any negativity. This is our last breath together before we go into our meeting. I invite you to take this time to really be present and feel your breath as we collectively inhale and exhale. All right. Thank you so very much. So this session is being recorded and will be uploaded to the UROP site for individuals who are not able to make it. I would love to hear two things from you before we really dive in. Your name and what is bringing you joy. Addison. And I love the balloons. Whenever that happens, I love that. All right, Addison.
My name's Addison, and one thing that is bringing me joy is the book I'm currently reading. I really relate a lot to the main character in the novel, and it's one of those books where, I can really see myself in the representation in the novel, which makes me really appreciate it even further.
What's the book?
It is The Well of Loneliness by Radcliffe Hall. I'm really enjoying it so far.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
Caden, you're next on my screen.
All right. My name is Caden. Something that brings me joy is I love just walks, especially walks in parks or just with like my music on or just something like that. Just those kind of moments when I can just really just walk around, just enjoy like, what's around me. Kind of allows me to be more in the moment.
Thank you. And what's on the playlist, top three?
Well, truth be told, it's usually something a little bit different every time, but stuff like artists like to listen to would be like Marvin Gaye, Al Green, maybe to some of the ones like the Smiths and other artists like that.
Okay, old school soul. I like that. All right, Jillian.
Hey guys, I'm Jill. And one thing that's bringing me joy, I guess it's gonna sound kind of lame, but just like, I don't know, being at school. Like I was here over the summer, but the vibes just weren't the same. Like none of my friends were here. The classes sucked, for lack of a better word. Um, but now it's fall. Everybody's here. The vibes are right. I don't know.
Yeah,
And my classes are great now too.
great, great. And to me, that does not sound lame because that ties into social well-being and having as you said, the vibes being right. I relate to that language. So thank you for sharing. So Gemini, name and what's amplifying your joy?
Hi, my name is Gemini, and what's amplifying my joy right now is seeing you guys here. Thank you guys for coming. I'm so glad you guys expressed interest. So,
All right. Well, I would love, in honor of time, I would love to turn it over to Gemini. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to see how this becomes more than just a 1 year UROP experience. This is 4 years in the making. Gemini was the last cohort to come through the Omni Institute and the UROP pairing. And the pair from year one are still working together. So Michelle and Ashley still hop on lines every now and again so that they can do mentorship for the next round of mentees. So I want to make sure that well-being is not just a one-stop. So that social well-being continues, and it's more than just your output, but it's also how we are pouring into ourselves and each other in this space. So I would love to turn it over and pour into Gemini because she worked really hard last year. She's no longer a mentee, she's an intern. Gemini, it's all yours.
All right, so quick introduction. Hi, everybody. My name is Gemini Williamson. I am a junior dietetics major. Like Dr. Omni said, I'm now an intern with the Omni Institute, and I work as a assistant research supervisor. So with that in mind, I'm just going to share my screen really quick so that I can give you guys the download on some background information about the Omni Institute, SoulClap, and what your experience might be like if you get to work under us. So let me share my screen. Great. Where is my presenter? So like I said, welcome to behind the scenes of SoulClap. Quick refresher once again, we're just going to run through some background information, things you guys need to know, and what your experience will be like working under us with SoulClap. So first thing is the Omni Institute of Wellbeing. And this institute bridges scholarship and community to help challenge the oversaturation of trauma-focused research in Black spaces. And we do this by highlighting Black joy as an emotional determinant of Black health. And Black joy is really anything that focuses on improving the well-being of Black people in their Black mental health. So the way that we do this is kind of in the acronym itself. Omni stands for Outreach, Mentorship, and Narrative Inquiry. So co-founded by Dr. Omni and then also co-founded by Mr. Vincent Omni, they reach out and collect narrative inquiry. And what narrative inquiry stands for is story inquiry, or like research. So they find these stories and they do research on it. And through mentorship, like for example, me, I also got to work alongside this research and help disseminate some of these Black narratives. And one of the ways that we do this is through our open access journal, SoulClap. So what is SoulClap? It is a collaborative effort between the Omni Institute of Wellbeing and Florida State's Open Publishing. And every year we focus on a different genre or a different theme, Black joy. And for this year, our inaugural issue, yay, super excited, we will be focusing on Black joy in nature. And for SoulClap, we have that's the word I'm thinking. We have a bit of framework and methodology that we incorporate into our research, but also into the Institute as a whole. And without this, I feel like our work would not be what it is. So the first thing is Dr. Omni's Kujima theory of collective self-motivation. And this is inspired by principles of Kwanzaa, and it is represented through three pillars. We have Kujijagalia, which is yourself. It's that integrity that you have, that work ethic that you have. Kumba, creativity. What sort of innovation and creative perspectives do you bring to the table to help further not only just the research, but our institute as a whole? And then we have Ujima, which is my personal favorite pillar, side note, but it's collective work. Everything that we do is a collective effort, from the people who give us these narrative inquiries to look into, to Dr. Omni that pours into the research mentees, to us who does the work and really just works with the team. It is such a very important pillar to me. And then we have embodied knowing. And this is knowing what you know because you know it. It's kind of like third eye, or that gut feeling. And it's very integral to our research because a lot of times Black experiences, once again, are not properly highlighted. And so with embodied knowing, when we allow these deep, nuanced conversations to happen and allow for people to tap into those emotions and those feelings and those sentiments, you really get the fullest experience with your research as well as the data. Continuing on with some more of our framework, we have a darkened narrative inquiry. And darkened is just referring to Black bodies, Black mind, Black spirit, just anything that is relating to Black people. And we use this word because oftentimes we use the word enlightened. And why does the acknowledgement of knowledge only exist in a light way? So this is really just a callback to the power and the knowledge that Black bodies, Black people hold. This is pioneered by Dr. McClish Boyd and Dr. Patatria. And while it does have very strong roots in Black feminist theory, it has kind of expanded out a bit to encapsulate Black and Brown voices as a whole. Now, this is similar to in Darkin feminist epistemology, in which they have that Black feminist root, but in Darkin feminist epistemology, developed by Dr. Dillard, really stays within that as it focuses on the historical and lived experiences of Black women and how that navigates their life. So that's some of the framework. And all of this, once again, is super integral to a lot of the work that we do. But you may be asking, if I joined SoulClap, what would I be doing? And for you guys, you'll be research mentees under the FSU Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program, or UROP. And you'll be joining SoulClap's editorial team, working behind the scenes to collect, archive, and catalog submissions that we get for our inaugural issue of SoulClap. You'll also get to help maintain a smooth editorial workflow. And on top of that, you will be able to obtain scholarship practice. And what we'll have you guys do is create a eco auto photography and a short paper from one of the submissions that we get for this inaugural issue. And I'm going to stop right here and turn it over to Dr. Omni, and she will explain what an eco auto photography is.
So thank you, Gemini. Well done. And I know you're not even done. So well done. How many of you like to take pictures? Okay. And it's not about being a photographer. I'm thinking about specifically just taking pictures. And when you take a picture and you go back and look at it, do you ever feel like you're still right there in that moment? So with eco auto photography, it allows you to use that as a research tool because a picture has the power to transport you back in time. Eco simply means nature. So when I take a picture of a tree in Tallahassee, I'm not there anymore. But when I look at it on my phone, it transports me back in time to that moment, and I can remember what I was thinking. So your project would be very similar of receiving these stories that are submitted from the writers, finding something within that narrative that vibrates with your soul. As Addison said about the book, reading that book and seeing yourself in the story, being able to appreciate that, that's the power of a good story. And that crosses all lines. So being able to reach into the life of another person and take a picture of something that reminds you of that narrative, then you'll write a short paper about it. So that's eco photography, auto photography. Thank you, Gemini.
No problem, but this is kind of vague, but this is really just the meat of what you'll be focusing on as research mentees, and I'll go into depth with it in the next slide. Oh, if it'll go, let's see. There we go. Okay. So this is the comprehensive timeline that we have for y'all. So September this month, roundtables and onboarding. So once again, thank you for coming and expressing interest. This month really is just us focusing on finding our candidates and really, once we select those people, onboarding them and welcoming them into the SoulClap family. And October is literature reviews. This is the first set of them that you guys will do, or y'all will do for the month. This portion really focuses on that methodology and theory that I was previously telling you all about in the earlier slides. Dr. Omni's theory and embodied knowing and dark and feminist epistemology, all of that stuff is what you all will focus on for that set of literature reviews. Then in November, kind of to keep that literary review background really strong with you, we're going to have you, excuse me, sorry, we're going to have you guys, nope, we're going to have y'all do analysis of submissions that we get for the inaugural issue. So we're hoping, and we're looking forward to it, we're hoping to have a good amount of submissions to help to distribute amongst research mentees, and you guys will do literature review on those as well. And then in December, we don't really have anything for you guys because it's winter break. All we ask is that y'all enjoy it, have a great time, and then we roll into the spring. And this is where y'all get to create a photography and short paper from one of the literature reviews you were assigned. Um, and then you get the whole month to do that. And then after that, whole month just for your poster. And this is a bit of a in the springtime is it is a great time to get a lot of early experience with public speaking, presentation and poster being because time skip a little bit to April. You guys will have your research symposium, but me and my research partner, we actually present our research than April. And so I highly encourage y'all, even if you don't come to work with us, I encourage y'all to practice, 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 and really utilize these springtime museums and conferences to build that confidence up. I personally really needed it. I was very shy when I was presenting my first time. So once again, I just highly encourage it. But yeah, February, poster creation. And then March is our IONI conference. And IONI stands for International Association of Autoethnography and Narrative Inquiry Conference. And I will be passing that over to Dr. Omni once again.
Okay, thank you, Gemini. And I know we're getting close on time. It's 6:25. We want to leave time for questions, but IONI is an international conference. I believe strongly that your research time through UROP and the Omni Institute should not just be about an output. I keep on going back to it. I want it to be that emotional, mental, psychological well-being, but I also want you to be able to put more on your resume when you're finished. Working year one with the mentees, we were able to publish internationally. So not very many freshmen can come out of their freshman year saying that they have an international publication. We did that through the Omni Institute. Gemini's year with Gemini and Aaron, they were able to present their research at the IONI conference. So now they are international presenters. And I want to be able to offer that same experience. I have already submitted a rough draft for the IONI conference 2026, waiting on them to announce it in November. And when, we don't say if, but when they say yes, then that will be a platform for the mentees to present their work internationally in 2026. Gemini. And then we promise to leave time for questions, but if you need to leave at 6:30, at
Yes.
7:30, we respect that too. Yes, Gemini.
And then April, you all have your undergraduate research symposium. I will try to be there to support everybody. And that is all that I have for you guys. That's it. Wait, there we go. There is the QR code as well as the link itself to the Omni Institute of Wellbeing website. And there is Dr. Omni and I's contact information. All done.
All right. Thank you so much, Gemini. That was fabulous. For the sake of time, I'm not going to say anything. So, any questions that you may have that we can both process?
I'd love to maybe hear both of your thoughts and maybe the most valuable thing you've learned or the most valuable experience you've had being a part of Omni.
Gemini?
Oh, okay, I'll go first. I think the most valuable thing for me, honestly, you really do grow within a year because I I'm a different person than I was before. So Dr. Omni can attest, like I was very shy. I don't even think I would have done something this big. Like it's three people, but for me, that's pretty big in my brain. But you really learn so much about yourself. And from there, you really encourage growth. You build upon yourself. So I think for me, it's really just the growth because I could spend a whole 5 minutes talking about different sectors in which I've grown in. Like you really never stop learning and you never stop growing when you're a part of the Omni Institute. Like there's so many things I can put on my resume now just thanks to Dr. Omni and the Omni Institute alone. So that's my biggest thing. I'm so thankful for the growth that I've got to experience with Dr. Omni and the team. So
Thank you, Gemini. Quick answer for me, holding space for students that traditionally would not be held. Most courses are about the academics. I give you that, but I give you the nurturing too. So that's the most important piece for me.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Jillian.
Yes, hi. So, Gemini, I actually saw your project in the spring when I came to visit you at the undergraduate research symposium. And I remember seeing like your guys' project, and I remember, at least I think, that you guys ended up meeting with like a few women, I think from like the UK or something like that. So
yeah,
I was wondering, do you guys see like Omni being like an international type thing? Because personally, I think that's really cool. I remember
definitely.
seeing Gemini's project and being like that.
I definitely can 100% say yes. Because our mission really is to touch upon Black diasporic voices, and that doesn't just stop in America, right? And I even practice this a bit myself, coming from a father who is having a parent that's from the Caribbean. And so we understand that where you live to geographically plays a huge role in your experience as a Black person and how you curate that Black joy. So we really do plan on expanding out. It's a work in progress, obviously, because it's a lot of moving parts. But as you see, we got to meet two women from Bristol, UK, so that was extremely exciting. So I would definitely say yes, we plan to expand.
Thank
So
you.
wonderful answer. And I will just build on that. We are international. We have a beautiful relationship with the Black Southwest Network of Bristol. And as Gemini said, it does take time, but we want to branch out and touch other spaces as well. So, yes, we're trying to go big. And the dream is not just to do it virtually, but to actually have the students go there and have these connections with them in Bristol.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
A quick question I have is now that you mentioned that it's international, you guys are thinking about branching out internationally. Do you guys have any ideal locations that you guys are looking for next, or any uh, areas of Black diaspora that maybe are left untouched that you guys are investigating or trying to hear voices from?
That's an excellent question, and it's a two-part answer. The first part is we want to build and nurture, hear me when I say that, and nurture the relationship in Bristol. So I don't want to expand too far too fast before we have a solid foundation with the one that we started with, the one that said yes to our idea, the one that allowed us to actually come over and hold a Black Joy writing workshop. So that's the first part. The other part of that is I love dreaming sessions. So part of our staff meeting when we were holding it in Tallahassee was to come over. My husband would fix some dinner for us, and we would literally dream. Where do you want to go next? Where do you want to see the Omni Institute of Wellbeing? So I don't want to direct everything. That's why I had Gemini here, so that the students might have a personal passion for a particular area, and then let's go for it. So I hope that
I,
answers.
I wanted, I do want to jump on that second portion because we really do, and this is why Ujima is my favorite pillar. Like we really work to dream big. Like the food was so good, besides that. Like we talked about so much. So if you have anything that you want the team to hear, we will dream it and we will make it big. Like we will try to get the ball rolling as soon as possible. Like obviously with with downs, of course, but it really is whatever we put our mind to and the team is in agreement, it's we try to make it a motion. We try to make it happen. So
One of the dreams that are right here on the surface came from year one, and it was brought up again for year three, which is a children's book about Black joy. So we still hold on to those dreams, and when the time presents itself, we know that it'll be time to move.
Perfect. Thank you. That answers my question. Perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for the question. So I have 6:33 on my end, and I want to continue to respect your time, but we also want to hold space. I know Gemini needs to get off. I say 6:33 because it's Central Time, but 7:33 Eastern Time. But I know Gemini has to get off the phone or off the call. Is there anything real quick that you would like to say that Gemini can hear? And then I can stay on the line and answer any other questions that you may have. No?
Thank you, Gemini.
I am now going to run so I don't miss my ride.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay. Now I am still here. If there are any questions that I can answer, any additional questions?
I guess this isn't like technically research related, but when did you like I guess get your doctorate? When did you get your degree? Doctor.
Where or when?
When?
When
Or I guess
was
where too.
FSU?
Hey.
Yes, FSU 2023. PhD in our education. Masters of Public Health from Kansas State University in 2019. Masters of Liberal Studies from Washburn University in 2003. Bachelor's degree in Human Services in 1998 from Washburn University. And fast forward or rewind, however you want to look at it, I finished my postdoc at FSU as well in 2025, July 1st to be exact.
Oh hey, that's very recent. Well, congratulations. That's very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you so much. FSU for the win.
Yes.
Right
Love
over,
that.
right over there.
Yes.
It's hanging on the wall.
I guess did you always know that you wanted to like pursue like higher education? Or was that something that just came like as a result of, what you wanted to do?
Yes and no. So one thing, I'm good at school. So I like school. I like the social aspect of school. I like the intellectual aspect of school. I enjoy learning and I love putting what I'm learning into practice. Now, getting a PhD, never on the radar, never at all. Getting a second master's degree, never on the radar. Now, I went back to school to get my bachelor's degree because I was a single parent. I got pregnant at 19, had her at 20, and 6 weeks later, I was back in school because I wanted my daughter to see that it was possible to still finish your education, still finish the journey that you started. When I finished that, it just kind of fell into place to get a master's degree. It was offered at the university. I liked the idea of liberal studies, so that just happened. Now, the idea of going back for the second master's was only because they had tuition reimbursement at my job.
Hey, that'll do it.
That will do it.
That'll do it.
And then the rest is history. My husband decided that he wanted to go back to get his master's degree. And after he did that, I'm like, I want
You
to
were
go
like, I
too.
have to be one better. I have to do it. I have to do it better.
And he's getting his PhD in the English department this December. So
Well, you know what that means? You got to get a second one now. That's what that means.
I'm gonna pretend that you just didn't say anything. I am so finished with education in that respect. I'm done.
Well, it's a very amazing place to be done.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there other questions that I may answer?
I'm curious as to I was said that the theme of the issue is Black joy in nature. So does that theme change every year? What are some examples of past themes you guys have done?
This is the inaugural issue. So whoever we bring in, they are
Mhm.
working on our very first publication, which is
Oh, okay.
which is
Okay.
nature. So
Okay.
our future theme ideas will be
Mhm.
Black joy in hair, Black joy and
Mhm.
literature, Black joy
Mhm.
and spirituality and religion. Um,
Mhm.
so we, once again, back to the dreaming conversation. We'll sit around as a team and say, what are we feeling for year two?
Mhm.
Make a decision as a team, and then that's how we move forward.
Is there something particular that inspired the theme for the issue this year?
Thank you. That's a lovely question.
Mhm.
What inspired the theme of Black joy is that my mom died from cancer in 2016. And after that, 2017, I started my master's of public health. But there were so many problems that were being cited in the literature. All the deficit narratives related to health disparities, cancer, diabetes, hypertension. And I was giving that same information back out because that was part of my research. And it just got so heavy and it got emotionally draining. And what I did not see in the research was joy. Even though my mom had cancer for 26 years, she also lived with a whole lot of joy, and people weren't telling that story. So when I finished that master's degree in 2019, I decided moving forward, I was only going to focus on Black joy. The nature part is related to emotional and psychological well-being. I moved to Tallahassee in 2020 in the middle of, or at the beginning of COVID, didn't know anybody, and I developed a relationship with a tree. The tree became my friend. I hugged the tree, I talked to the tree, I cried with the tree. And that's when I really started to understand that nature is a healing space.
Thank you. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you
Mhm.
for asking.
Yeah, of course. I think the theme is really beautiful, and I think it's a great example of how we can use stories as an outlet for like our emotions and our feelings. But thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for the question. All right. If there is nothing else for the greater good, I will end this meeting the way I end all of my meetings. So the way we do that is with three things. The first thing is a high five. So literally, I need you to give me a five. Put it on up to the screen. Let me feel it. See all the lines in your hand. So the first thing is a high five. The second thing is a hug. Sometimes that's all we need. So give yourself a little squeeze, little squeeze. And the last thing we end with is hope. So it's always a high five, a hug, and some hope. So thank you for joining us today. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email me. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you too.